Well, welcome to the second one of our centenary events. Last week, I have to admit, was fantastic. The demo we had last week with Barry was terrific, and the Sunday meeting was excellent. We had the same number in here as we did for the demonstration, so we really got well and truly supported last week, and we raised $800 towards charity.
Yes.
You remember we are donating the collections of all of these particular events to charity. They're either going to go to the new homeless charity that's been set up as a combination of Baptist and Lutherans, or to Catherine House. It's going to be split equally between the two charities. And that fits into the past of our centre, because when Hillman and Hilda set it up, they were collecting and working hard to collect money for people who were in the tents, homeless after the war, and then through the Great Depression. So the mission has always been heavily involved in charity. So we're really pleased to do that. Today's special, well, this has been saying to me all week, why did I suggest this? I must admit, it's something I got used to with Liz, because as soon as after we've been going out for 4 weeks and we decided we're getting married, the person who ran the trance group where Liz was a trance medium for immediately says you're going to have to be indoctrinated with spiritualism, so you're joining the trance group. So for 6 months I sat in the trance group where a guy who worked at the Royal Albert Hall in sound had a 4-track Grundy tape recorder, which with the microphone hanging in the room, and when the trance started, he would start to record so Liz could hear what we said. There's a thing about deep trances you don't hear. Liz will explain that in a minute. So I'll just ask you, thank you for coming, and be generous at the end, and I'll just open in prayer. Great Spirit, as we meet here to be at one with our own spiritual essence and at one with Spirit, we know that your love, your light, and your energy will fill this space. We know that as this is a special time, we'll have many who've been part of the past of this mission joining us in the spirit world. And we ask that we get extra strength and extra help to uplift the energy and the power in this room, to allow us to make contact with the wise spirits who are available to us. We know your love, your healing surrounds us. While we're saying the prayer, we ask that you share healing with those we know who need it, and send healing out. But most of all, we bring your energy and your love into this space as we raise our energies to join you. Amen. Amen. I'll start with you, Edith.
Thanks, Tim. Yes, as I said to Jim, what on earth prompted me to suggest this event? Let me say right from the start, Jim mentioned the trance group where we did deep trance mediumship. You can't do deep trance mediumship in a situation like this. It takes the building up of energy and the dynamics in the group for quite a long time for the spirits that may wish to communicate to have sufficient control over the environment to take the medium into a deeper level of altered consciousness where effectively they are able to take over in all normal senses the person's mind, body, mouth, often as well. The reason for choosing to do a program like this is because it does so fundamentally form a part of what was the history of the mission. And if you can understand back in, particularly in the early 1900s, 1920s, through to the sort of mid to late 1940s into early 1950s, most of the mediums gave their talks in an altered state, a trance state of some kind. Many, but not all, also gave the messages to people when they were in an altered or trance state as well. Hilda, Sister Hilda, or Hilda Taylor, originally Hilda Davies, is renowned for having given all of her mediumship, both the talks and the messages, while in a trance state. Robert Johns, who was a trustee here, had the pleasure and of actually seeing that done, and would tell me in particular how amazing that was. For example, for her to be able to allow her body and mind to be taken over to the degree that the person in spirit that was speaking when they were giving a message was the father, was the mother, the sister, the brother, whoever it was. And part of that also meant that, as with trance, and certainly in deep trance and medium levels of trance, not only the personality of the spirit, but also often the features of the spirit begin to come over the person. Now, that's called overshadowing. And then there's transfiguration, which is a separate thing, which I'll talk about shortly. But in that trance state, often the spirit person is able to, in some way, manipulate the features of the person's face or their mannerisms or arm movements to reflect their personality, their identity. Trance mediumship, therefore, has a long history intertwined with spiritualism. It really became central practice within spiritualism in the 19th century, and in, as I say, those first few decades of the 20th century. And for those who were committed to it, or still are today, the validity of trance mediumship is seen as the sort of great philosophical truths and wisdom, the opportunity to hear from spirit, and for spirit to discuss and elaborate with people. What is the meaning of being a spirit? What is the point? And what is spirit world, and what happens there, and so on. In this respect, we can, for example, in my notes, I've said, refer to the mediumship of Ursula Roberts, Morris Barbanel, Ivy Norford, Estelle Roberts, whose spirit communicators, Chan, Silver Birch, Ramadan, and Red Cloud, are as famous, if not more so, than their mediums. The words of these apparent spirit beings are still broadly being read and often quoted in spiritualist church talks today around the world. The powerful words of those spirit people deeply touch us when we hear their wisdom. But trance medium is not, however, as respected today as the more usual form of mental mediumship, and trance is a form of mental mediumship, not physical mediumship. Let me make that clear. Because I've written this down, I think it's important to actually say it, because in the majority of cases, trance communications do not, in fact, produce proof of survival. Evidence that can be measured and confirmed. As I say, instead, the ideas, philosophies, teaching, guidance, and on occasion, healing that it offers is all subjective. For instance, very few of the spirits who have been communicated, including those I've just mentioned, have ever provided any solid evidence of their earthly existence, even though offering much deep and meaningful philosophy. And one must wonder why. One interesting exception that worth mentioning, I feel, is the spirit doctor of the British medium, George Chapman. Chapman only died in 2006, which is really quite recent in the scheme of things. Chapman's healing guide was Dr. William Lang, who had died in 1937. He was an eye surgeon. When in the trance state, transformation came over Chapman, altering his appearance and manner to that of an old man. And he was Chapman in his 20s at the time when he started. Altered his appearance and manner to that of an old man who spoke with a different accent and in a more educated manner, because Chapman came from a very dysfunctional family and poverty with very little formal education. Interestingly, both former patients and associates of Dr. Lang were absolutely struck by the similarities in Chapman's speaking and manner when manifesting Lang. They could have long conversations with him, reminiscing about matters known only to them. Even Lang's daughter was convinced that it was indeed her father who was communicating. And the granddaughter was even more convinced, and both quietly behind the scenes throughout Chapman's career supported and funded and assisted him as a medium in order to bring about astonishing healings as Dr. Lang. People could walk in and he could tell them what was wrong. They didn't have to tell him. He could see and he could heal. And there is on record some truly astonishing healings of what were considered incurable conditions. That's all orthodox medicine had said and could no longer do anything for. If you get it, a good one, it's really very good, but that is very rare. Unfortunately, the difficulty with trance mediumship is the fact that it's also easy to fake. And I say this because there is in our broader world today a lot of fakes who claim to be trance mediums, who channelers, certain words that I have a problem with, but then, and it's easy to fake both deliberately and consciously, but also by people who have a delusional belief that they're in contact with some spirit of some historical figure or some alien being, that they then believe they're in an entranced state, and that in fact what is their own thoughts are presented as those of some entity or being. Having said that, it's very true that genuine spirit communication through trance mediumship can have a profound impact on some people. And the words of spirit, as I said, through trance mediumship can encourage people to make profound changes in life, because if they begin to understand and believe what the spirit person is saying to them, it can say, well, no, maybe I have to actually approach my life in a different way to that which I have been doing. I have to say, genuine trance mediumship takes years of dedication and training to achieve, even more time to reach a level of competence and consistency of presentation. Training to be a trance medium is a calling, more so than any other method of working with spirit. Of course, it is rewarding when it's done for the right reasons and under the right restrictions and controls. I hasten to add, it's not a form of mediumship to be taken lightly. It's not something to play around with, and is, in a one-day workshop, which I see promoted on the internet. It's like dangerous, but it's not appropriate for everyone. And those who would consider trying to become trance mediums would need to be very sure they're both grounded and well balanced, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. They also need to be very clear as to what their motivation is for trying to achieve trance mediumship. So what is it? What is this trance mediumship? A simple definition is that trance medium is the practice where a person enters an altered state of consciousness to facilitate communion with spirits. Through the induction of an altered state of consciousness, mediums allow the spirit world, and I say this very, to capture their attention or even place a hold on their minds, enabling a closer blending with the spirit world. The degree of hold on the medium's mind will determine the quality and depth of the trance. In order to achieve the trance state, the medium must withdraw their awareness from the here and now and move their minds into an aspect of stillness. Then from there and from the here and now, move their mind, if you like, outside of themselves. One's thoughts have to become very passive, even detached, almost like one is not thinking at all. It's hard to describe, but it's a very real sensation. The more the spirit controls impinge on your thoughts and on the medium's mind, the greater the cooperation between the spirit and the medium. The more control the medium doesn't have and the spirit does have. Basically, when you achieve the trance state, it's because you got out of the way of your own thinking and allowed a collective mind to blend with yours, to take control of your thinking processes. So there are different levels of trance mediumship. And when you go into any trance, you gradually progress from ordinary consciousness to deeper levels of consciousness. And there are 3 distinct stages or levels of the trance state associated with mediumship: light, medium, deep. Nice and simple, isn't it? Each stage or level is associated with different physical and psychological experiences. The different levels relate to the level of conscious awareness of the medium and the depth to which the spirit has blended with them. All right, so, but the trance medium always has control over whether they enter into the trance state or whether they don't. There is no spirit that compels. That's not the way it works. Oh dear, it's going to be like that, isn't it? Yeah. If I can keep going, it'll be good. So just as a quick idea of what they like, the light trance state, relaxed, it's a suggestible state of mind. Similar to hypnosis, if you've ever experienced hypnosis, it's a transitional state, almost like the state you experience between wakefulness and falling asleep. You know, you're not asleep, but you're not fully awake either. And from that state, you progress from ordinary consciousness to feeling physically relaxed, drowsy. Often your arms and your legs start to feel heavy, and you sort of become a bit like, you know, it's an interesting experience. You become aware of sensing the presence of a spirit and may feel an urge to speak, but not know what it is you want to say. Or if you're sitting to obtain automatic writing, for example, at this light trance stage, you become aware of the urge to move your hand, or you get the feeling of your hand involuntarily starting to move, to shake, or apparently of its own volition, but you have no idea what it's going to say or write or do. With this comes a feeling of, the only word I can use is overshadowing. In a sense, it feels like someone's looking over your shoulder. Moving more fully into the light trance state, you may experience involuntary twitching of your mouth or jaw, and sometimes of the eyes. And that's really quite typical, and we may see something of that today. You will feel a heaviness throughout your whole body and a feeling of detachment. With this comes a deeper feeling of overshadowing. It feels like someone is not just looking over your shoulder, but in some indefinable way is beginning to merge their consciousness with yours. You become aware of the spirit drawing closer, and you find your mind registering a word or a phrase being said or repeated often to you in a voice that is not your own. So you mentally hear it. And you feel both drawn to open your mouth to say those words, but also find it difficult, almost impossible to speak. A very confusing, frustrating stage of light trance. And it is only by allowing those words, those first words or phrase to be spoken, that they are able to follow with more that comes into your consciousness. Progressively, as you allow that flow to occur, your own awareness of receiving these words recedes, and the blending with the spirit strengthens until you feel as though it's not you speaking at all. You're still there, but somehow just to one side of what is happening. It is your mouth that speaks, but you feel a deep sense of being overshadowed by the spirit, of having blended in some way with them, and you are in essence allowing them to use your consciousness to speak at that point. Often at that point, with practice and training, you can move to the medium trance state, which is where the blending with the spirit becomes much stronger, while the consciousness that is you becomes more acquiescent. There's more passive acceptance or submission to the process that is occurring as the spirit blends their consciousness with yours. This heavier overshadowing feels like wearing a sort of cloak of the spirit's energy. You're still yourself, you're still in control of what is happening to you, and you can still withdraw from this state if you choose to. You're still there in some sense, but you're getting out of the way so that the spirit may take more control of both your mind and your physical body. You can hear the spirit's words being spoken, though you feel quite detached from what is occurring, and at times you seem to cease noticing what is being said, or you slowly, as you slowly relinquish control, you have accepted the spirit's control and you're still in some sense present, but you're observing sort of from a distance somehow. You're too detached, however, to intervene or offer any commentary, and the periods of missing attention increase in frequency. What you do remember when the session is finished and you come back to yourself is fuzzy, and may often be inaccurate because you've only heard bits and pieces as you've faded in and out. That, then is the move to the deep trance state, where the spirit takes deeper control of the medium's consciousness. The medium will be in a state of mental hold by spirit, in an altered state of consciousness, and you have no recollection of proceedings. Information voiced by the spirit through you will obviously at that point be more fluent, approximate more accurately the identity of the spirit control that is communicating. And then in that situation, when the medium returns to consciousness, they may have some awareness of the first few words that were spoken, no recollection of what else has been said or taken place, beyond that until just before the end. Usually you will hear the last 2 or 3 words that are being said by the spirit before they step back and withdraw from blending with your consciousness. Deep trance is exceedingly rare, and is also a state that brings with it a certain physical, mental, and emotional dangers. Certainly, being suddenly brought out of the deep trance state can leave the medium feeling extremely unsettled, disorientated, and often with the sensation of being unwell. There's a lot of, hodgepodge rubbish said about, oh, don't touch the physical medium, they'll die. It really is, rubbish. In many respects, but what it does cause, any sudden noise or movement, when you're in a deep trance state, somebody suddenly gets up or a door slams, something like that, literally jerks you out of the blend with spirit. And it's like a part of your energetic being bounces back into you. And it just leaves, it's like being hit by a car. It's the same sort of sensation that, and it does literally make you feel quite unwell for a short while. A deep trance takes much training in a secure environment with a group of people present who have both knowledge and the ability to supervise the process being undertaken. In other words, you really have to have, to develop deep trance, you need to have a team of people in a circle, in a group that are entirely focused on helping to build the energies and control the environment so that you can safely move into that very deep state of trance. I'm going to apparently attempt to move into a light medium trance state as a demonstration today. I don't know whether it will be successful or not. I don't know if I can move into that state, whether I'll be able to stay in that state and maintain it or not. And if not, it'll be a very short session of this section of the afternoon. But I don't know. And where I did a lot of trance mediumship and certainly medium to deep trance mediumship in the past, I have not for quite a long time, for very good reasons, really. So we don't know. But Spirit has said to me, this day is not about proving anything. It's about experimentation. It's about highlighting. These are things that we as spiritualists have historically done and can still choose to do. It's another way in which Spirit attempts to communicate with us, to impart their knowledge, wisdom, or their identity, depending on the circumstance. And therefore, it is of interest that we demonstrate it if possible, so people can get an idea of what it is. But Spirit has also said to me, this is not to be a passive thing of Liz Warwood sitting here trying to do trance. Spirit has also decided amongst you here, at least 1 or 2 of you are going to have a go at doing it too today. Love Spirit. They like playing. So we'll do that as well. We're also then going to try and do some looking at Transfiguration. Now, I want to explain. I mentioned earlier, and you will hopefully see some of that if I'm able to go into trance state, that as the spirit control gains control of the body and the mind and the consciousness, often you'll find that there's some sense of overshadowing that changes the features or causes the features of the person to alter in some way. So it's worth, I mentioned in advance, that with that session, look to see if you sense anything like that. Now, transfiguration is a slightly different thing that can occur also when you're doing trance, where the trance control, the spirit is able to draw on, utilize energy from the body of the medium and often also from the energy of the people present in order to create an ectoplasmic mask that can sit in front of or over the face of the medium whilst they're entranced. Now, what that does is, we call it ectoplasm if you like, what it does is mold a face. Now, often my own experience of it and both doing it and of seeing it done, you can in fact have it sit right over the face so it feels like the features of the person's face alter. But you more often have it where it sits as a mask in front of the face. And if you look from the side at the person, you can see the medium's face and you can see the outline profile of another face in front of the medium's face. When that happens, it's pretty exciting stuff. But Spirit says, look, you never know who can do this. And so part of what we'll also do today, you see we have the black blockout curtain, is Spirit's going to encourage some of you to come in the last segment of the meeting today and sit in front of this black cloth and let yourself encourage Spirit to come and draw close to you, and let all the rest of us see what, if anything, happens to you. And also bear in mind that includes not just the face, but seeing energy and light around people. You get quite often movement of air, as if, you know, with the mirage, image, heat, you get that thing. You can also see that happening quite often, and quite often you can see little bursts of colour. So these are things that when we do that section of the meeting today, look out for as well. You will be able to, if you want to move, as long as you're very careful if you move. So if someone is in those chairs, or here, and we'll have 2 chairs here at the time, you can stand to look, you can move a step or 2, but be very conscious of every movement is capable of causing disruption energetically to people while they're in doing that. And so gentle, please. Is there anything else? I mean, Jim said to me, I talk about channeling. I really don't want to. I've enough said. It's a different category. Some people see it as leading to light, trance mediumship. The difficulty with it is, of course, that those who are channeled, particularly those in America, and in latter days in England too, the focus of the communicator is far more often likely to be from religious traditions, archangels, angels, devas, aliens, and the like. And often the knowledge or the information they wish to impart bears little relationship to what we would understand as the philosophy of spirit. So you do need to be very alert to that. And because, as I said right at the beginning, none of those beings, so-called communicating, can prove their existence, their identity. So you are being asked to take it on trust. Now, you're also being asked to take it on trust when we in spiritualism, as a trance medium, say, hello, I'm Fred Boggs. Well, how do you can't prove it, right? So it's important that we understand this is the limitation. But as they say, know them by the words they share with you. Do I need to say more? I don't think I do. Okay, now, we're gonna try to do it this way. And we're gonna turn off those lights too. Yeah, if you do it, Adelina. We're going to do a short meditation. In this meditation, Jim will do it, but what I want you to be aware of whilst you're having this meditation, to build not only your own energies, but to consciously strive to change and increase and build the energy in the room itself, because that will assist the spirit in what they're wanting to do or try to do today. That's all right, don't worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, less movement's probably better than then don't go stays asleep too. Now, and I will try and
Set yourself down. Do you want that taken, that table away?
no, I think I'll leave it just because then I've got
Yeah, okay. Okay, if you just join me and we'll do a short meditation. Try and increase the energy in here to give this chance to relax and if you want. So just set yourself, make yourself comfortable in your chair. Allow your mind to still. And allow yourself to think of spirit. The spirits around us who support us, our guides, our helpers, the spirits of loved ones, the spirits of people associated with this building. Feel the energy that's always here, the energy that's built up in our time, the spiritualists running this centre. Allow yourself to focus on that energy and draw that energy around you. Taking 2 or 3 deep breaths, draw it into yourself. Relaxing, allowing it to wrap around any discomfort you feel. Allowing it to wrap around any thoughts that are bothering you. As you breathe out, allow them to be taken away, to be looked after by spirit, till we leave this space again. And allow yourself to feel the love and the energy. And in your mind, a picture of the light above you in the sky. And draw upon that light to draw that power and that love of spirit into this space, creating a beacon of light that will attract those spirits who wish to help, to watch, to be with us, to join us, to fill this space with their love, their energy. And just sense and feel that energy drawing in, flowing into this center, filling this room. Feel that energy flowing around you, filling you, allowing the light of your own spirit to become brighter, to flare up, bringing cleansing, bringing energy, uplifting you, lifting the energy around this room. Sense and feel the presence of others in spirit joining us. Feel the beautiful love and the energy that surrounds us. Allow it to fill you, allow it to bring you to peace. Allow the energy to flow in. Feel the presence of spirit with us. Feel that wonderful light. Feel the love they vibrate around us. The energy and the peace they bring. Should feel them around you, your loved ones, your guides, your helpers. All joining in here. to work with Spirit in this meeting. Know that with them comes all the energy of light and of love. And allow yourself to draw on that, but also to feel that energy linking and sharing among us. The energy rising, increasing the vibrations in this room, allowing us to link better with those spirits. But sense your own spirits around you, giving you their personal love, all the while helping to raise the vibrations in this room. Filling with a beautiful, clear white light. A light that surrounds the room, creating a space for Spirit in its center. Now allow yourself just to relax, just to feel that beautiful energy around us all. Bring yourself back enough you can watch and join in what happens in the room. Sensing again your toes, your fingers. And sitting quietly, sending our love and energy to assist both the Spirit and the medium. Maybe bring us contact. Friend. Join us. It is. Greetings. Greetings. It is my pleasure to be here.
I thank you for allowing this. There is so little opportunity these days to speak to you all. I bring my blessings and the blessings of the Spirit. May you all be filled with the love of the Great Spirit. May you understand that you are the Great Spirit. May you understand that you are on a great journey. This journey of life that you have, you do not understand, perhaps, how great it is, the importance of the life that you have, the blessing you have in having this life. You see your successes, you see your failures, you see them as handicaps, as problems. You see the issues of your life as success and failure. But no, folks, no. No, people of the earth plane. All that you experience in this physical life of yours is invaluable. All is good. The bad is especially good. Because it is often in the bad, in the hurt, in the sadness, in the failure, that you most learn the nature of your spiritual being. That you become the strength that the spirit of you are to be. It is those times when hardships are faced that you discover the depth of your abilities to withstand, to grow. No, friends, you must see your lives as something so wonderful, so amazing, so special, an opportunity to have, to pray and savor every moment. Every single moment is a blessing to have had. It is an opportunity for your spirit to grow, to understand, to interact and operate in the world. It is an opportunity for your spirit to interact with other spirits in a way that helpfully helps you to learn who you are, what you are, and why you are. For it is true, peoples of the earth plane, that this physical life of yours is a journey of discovery to become. This is a message that has been given many times to many peoples, to many religions, to many beliefs and faiths. Yet it is a message that all too often still in your physical world is forgotten. Who you are is forgotten. Why you are is forgotten. What is the meaning of your life is forgotten. Please take this opportunity, people, to remember who you are, to be happy, to be a spirit having a physical existence. You will have a spiritual existence and you have a physical existence, and it is on a continuum, but you wish to have more and more of the physical, because it is in the physical that you have the opportunities to experiment, to get it right and to get it wrong. When you return to the spirit world, it is different, folks, it is different. I'm not saying it's not a good place. I like being in the spirit world. I am happy to stay in the spirit world. I've done my time in the physical. I'm happy. And you too will be happy, but please, please, I say, please, enjoy your physical existence. Treat it as a gift. Treat it as an opportunity. Treat it as a fundamental part of your spiritual being's journey. My time is limited today. It is sufficient, I feel. I will ask only now, as I sit here, will you please just allow me one moment or two? I wish to try to bring my presence slightly more forward in the physical. So please, let me see if I may bring some image, image. You people are all looking. I fear not. I fear not. Adieu, adieu. Adieu. I thank you for allowing me to come. It has been a pleasure to interact with the physical world, however briefly. I will pass over for one moment, please. Hello? Hello? Ah, oh, blimey. You're quite a lot. They don't talk.
No, he's talking, Arthur.
Hello?
Don't be say hello.
Oh, that's better. That's better. Hello?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. I just popped in at the end. I've been allowed. I just wanted to say hello. And I'll say hello.
Good to hear you, Arthur.
Yeah. Okay. I'm off.
Bye. And some energy to this now.
There we go.
Really good.
Okay. Yeah. Something else. Was anybody able to see anything? Try to describe what you saw.
Initially, I started to see around you lots of purple. Very bright purple. Started at your head and it went right down to your figure. Facially, your face was eradicated and it was just like a blank, almost trying to formulate a face, but I couldn't get it. That was for the first one. For Arthur, I think it was I felt his energy. I felt him as a bushman. And the last one, and then after had gone, and you said nothing, a very young man's face came upon your face. And I was waiting for him to communicate, but he didn't. Yeah, it was just the actual face that I saw.
Yeah, sometimes one spirit will speak, but often you will have 3 or others actually visually pass through, and they're part of the team that are holding the energy. So if at that point in time the energy was dipping, they may have been coming in to just hold the energy. It's a team that does it for sure. Okay, what did you hear?
The first lady, was she tending to be Asian?
Yeah.
She sort of had like, I felt like slightly Asian features.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not Asian, but her features are reminiscent of Asian.
It's hard to tell whether she had Chinese, Japanese.
Sorry?
Could it be Mongolian?
Yes, it's much more
I
fat
can
with
feel it.
those eyes, but
Yeah. True.
I felt that your face for the first one looked more masculine.
it's interesting, isn't it? So I have to go by your feedback, and I think it's as much to say, what could you see and what sense did you get? Anybody? Oh, you said you had some.
Well, I saw that your skin changed, that the colour of the skin was not your alabaster skin, it was a lot darker. And also I was watching your hands, how they were vibrate, energy was moving, but also that there was, your fingers were very different. They were quite fatter, fingers were quite larger. And also I could see the team behind you and just this line. When Arthur came in, I could just see red hair. I saw this red coloured hair and what a larrikin he was, and sort of a thin, slender face. And I also felt like there was gaps in his teeth.
Yeah, teeth in today again.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but it was, thank you, that was amazing.
Right. Anybody, did you notice anything on the side? Yes, no, what?
I saw the light.
Nice and loud for the deaf lady.
Light. I definitely felt the light, and I saw a change in the face. I couldn't quite get what it was, but it was a massive in the face.
It's energy moving, and I mean, it's. We took a calculated risk because we're doing it in a very uncontrolled environment, so to get anything at all is quite good. Now, we've got these two chairs, and I'm being told by the spirit team that we need you up on one of these chairs. And, oh, you're gonna love this, Emma.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Emma, come on, Emma.
She's not loving it.
You're not loving it, but
Really?
you couldn't refuse. Come on in, you can refuse,
You've got good company with Kerry there.
but you've got a good.
I have support down here.
Now, what spirit wants you to do is, and you, because you both sat in meditation and in visualization, so I just want you to close your eyes and to visualize us, you know, your energy opening up. We've done it before, opening your energy up and sensing and seeing and feeling spirit guide just coming in to your energy field. Okay. And they're not expecting you to go off into deep and meaningful trance. What they're wanting you to experience is allowing that moving in of spirit to blend with your awareness, so that you get a real sense of feeling them coming in and linking with you. And they're going to try and give you just a word or a phrase, but they're going to try and encourage you to feel able to open your mouth and speak. So first of all, Kerry, can you feel that spirit guide stepping in? Do you feel comfortable with them stepping in that place? Now, while you're letting them give you that word or phrase, I want you to allow them to really settle in that blending with you. And for those that are watching, if you can see, it may be difficult over on that side, to see if you can sense and feel as they blend their energies with yours, how your face feels. Now, Emma, how are you feeling with that? Spirit's coming so close, because they're coming in very close with you, aren't they? Yeah. You can feel them coming in. Now, for those that can see, I want you to really observe, because energy is moving around in front of their faces. So, Kerry, do you feel that you were able to express the word or two?
Join.
Can you speak?
Join.
Join. Join. Join. Join. Join.
Can you explain?
Join. With others.
Yes.
Brings. Higher. Energy. And. Knowledge. And awareness. Not so serious though. Mm.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Hilda, do you feel able to express what has been given to you?
When you know where you are, then you know where you need to go.
Very important words, very important understanding that few of us manage to have most of the time. So, thank you for that. Now, allow yourselves to just relax again. Just to breathe, take it easy. You're letting that spirit friend just step back, move back gently from you. As you take a slow, deep breath and release. Now, what I'd like you to do, Kerry, is explain what you felt, experienced as you allowed that spirit to come in.
I felt the energy get closer. And my body felt like it would be fuller, bigger, like I could feel the energy coming in and like my arms,
Yes, often you get this.
yeah, and yeah, coming in like you said behind and closer and then speaking, it was like that was quite unusual. It was
It's not easy to get
no
that
it's
first.
yeah. Yeah, you can really feel them really close. It was good.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was good.
And Emma?
I just felt really hot, and I felt really like there was,
Did you feel like prickly
yeah, a lot of
all over the
prickly.
face?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Very, very common. Get the prickles over the face.
yeah, that's what I felt a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well done. So it's a bit harder for you over there, but you could see some of, yes. Now, what we're going to do is move this over there. Wait a minute, I'll put my glasses on.
Moving
I
over
can't see
there.
too right now.
So it goes out of the way of the camera.
Yeah, get it out of the way. So I'm going to let you people just sit there for a minute while I have. We'll start with Marie and Adelina, who might have to take her glasses off when she sits. We'll move
I'll move it on and let.
No, you, if you stay there, just stay there. Hold that first. And do this. We'll take this there. Leave. Okay. So one chair, the other another chair. And get this out of the way. What I want you to do is just relax, close your eyes, and this time, again, just ask, guide one of yours in spirit to just draw close and ask them if they can in some way overshadow or create some image of them over your face or in front of your face or with your features. Now, bear in mind, folks, what often happens is as they try and build up this overshadowing or to create a transfiguration image, it flashes in and disappears. It sort of moves and fades. So when you're observing, you need to just watch, allow your own eyes to stay relaxed. If you go too intensely focused, you tend to miss what is happening. Now, Adelina, are you aware of that spirit that's really coming right in close to you at the moment?
I just feel lighter.
Now, what you might also look out for is sometimes, and they do try to come in with their eyes open. So just watch out for those glimpses of suddenly seeing eyes. No, the person sitting there isn't opening their eyes, but the spirit is, and they try and look to see whether you can see them. Yeah, oh, can you see them? So, can anyone see anything with these two?
Yeah, there's a man looking at you, Liz, on where Marie is.
Definitely.
There's a man looking over at you. It's got one eye looking at you.
Marie, are you aware of this spirit person drawing very close?
I'm aware of the spirit, but I feel lots of energy all around my eyes and forehead.
Yeah.
That's this.
So you get a sensation as if somehow your face is moving around?
Yes.
I mean, it's a very strange sensation. I mean, obviously, we're doing just very, very quickly here. If we were working in a circle or a seance room with it, we have time for it to try and build up and build up. But Spirit just wanted us to have some experience of trying to see them trying to present themselves.
It's a young girl, Adelina.
I thought so too.
So lots of stuff is going on with Adelina.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, yeah, very young, pretty girl with Adelina.
Actually, I did feel something youngish.
Okay, now, Marie, are you getting any word from this spirit that's so close there?
Yeah.
If so, just say it, even if it's one word, It's the hardest bit of mediumship, that first word. And what about you, Adeline? Has any thought going through?
As soon as you say one word, peace came. Yeah, peace.
Okay, now just let yourselves relax again. What you need to do when we do this is just then go. Take a slow, deep breath. Just allow that spirit to step back a little bit. Just moving away gently. Thank them for their effort. And allow them to just move back. And release and take a breath. So ready yourself to just get up from the chair. When you're ready now. Steve, I'm assuming you'd like to have a go. Let's see it go that way. Hello, would you like to have a go?
Okay, thank you. I got the word transformations. Transformation.
Okay. I'm take your glasses off, Steve.
Now, Jim, do you think if I turn the red light off, they might be able to? Or do we want to have the red light to see?
Well, I think you probably do need the red light.
Sorry?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. I'd like it on.
Yeah, you'd like it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Steve's in much more dark, that's the.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Can we sit back so we can see? Can we sit back so we can see?
yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
I was just making sure you didn't leave up to.
Yeah, no, that was good, thank you.
Okay, now, spirit is building up the energy available right at the moment. I can tell you that they're actually drawing on energy from us around the room to try and build it up here. Now, I don't know about you, but if you look carefully, you might discover that Steve's face has gone really red. Can see he's changed really into an intense colour. Can you see that?
Yes.
No, you can't.
Okay,
Yeah. Now, that is because the spirit person is really trying to bring the energy forward to create some face. I'm thinking they're going to try more to overshadow by moving his features of the face. We just watch. And whilst that's happening, just see anyone if they can see anything with that face. And over here on the lady's side, lady's son. Are you feeling that your face is somehow being pulled about a bit? As if it's a subtle thing, but it's a feeling like your face is somehow being manipulated in some way. And it almost like prickly sensation in the face.
Steve looks like every so often he's smiling, like a smile goes his mouth moving.
Now, every now and then, if you look, you will see a beard appearing
Yes,
on
yes.
Steve's face.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I can see him.
Just have to look, as I
Yeah.
said,
Older
it
man.
comes and it
Right.
disappears again. It's trying to build up and it's a definitely like the colour of his hair, a grey,
Yeah,
white beard,
yeah,
and it keeps coming in and then fading away. But he's doing a good job. The spirit's doing a good job there. Over here on our left, Let's just see what's happening there too. Now, is anyone beginning to notice a change in the central part of her face? Just watch the central part of her face. Down between the eyes and the nose, down. Because that's usually where you suddenly will see the start of the intense change, and then it spreads out over the face. Now,
Mouth has changed.
I'm seeing with her, there's definitely a lady there, but there's also a gentleman that seems to want to come in and out as well. So just watch that. Now, Steve, what are you feeling to with
A
your
lot
face?
more light now, less massaging and manipulation.
Mm. Look around and see if you can sense, as I said right at the beginning, any energy around them. Sometimes you just see these sudden flashes, pinpricks of light. Okay, I think that's as far as they're going to go. So both of you now just take a slow deep breath and relax and release. Now, you could feel, but couldn't you there?
Molecular changes, I was just at a molecular level, it was unbelievable. It's really nice.
Interesting experiences. Okay, well done. Who else would like to have a go?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, 2 more people would like to have a go, doesn't it? Well, we've got the time. No, you're all not wanting to do this. Go for it, quick. Okay.
Nice to see.
No, his face, well, he wasn't. No, his mouth was being, his mouth. It was all happening over his face. I like the little grey beard.
Yeah.
I thought that was rather nice. Okay, so again, look for. I know it's quite dark now, Tim. I'm wondering whether I need to put the red light in them between them.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
not
how
showing up
thought
on
will
here.
go that far.
No, it won't go that far.
No. Okay,
Could one sit in that chair there?
sorry?
Could one sit in that chair on the other side of the light?
Yeah, that might be the way to go. It's because we're using the black behind makes it easier to see any aura work. Just
Use it full.
try that and see if it works. There you go. I'll get out of the way. Okay, so again, what you're doing is asking a spirit guide that's part of your spirit team, not any random one passing by. That's a bit risky. And you're asking them to really take this opportunity to draw close to you and to see whether they are able to imprint here any image aspect of them, as you said. Our task as the viewers is just to attune our eyes to see what, if anything, is happening as they try and do it. So for some people, this is really, you get one person who goes and sits there and spirit just go, whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. And, kaleidoscope of faces. Another person sits there and it could take several weeks of sitting faithfully before their spirit is able to guide, are able to really get sufficient control. But anybody can, if they have an interest and they want to work with their spirit guides, do this as a demonstration to say, you know, this is part of how spirit tries to make their presence known as a reality to us. I'm finding it quite interesting from the side there. What have we got happening over? Yeah, there. Anyone on that side, what can you see from that side? You're all very silent over there. Hello? Anybody over there? No, there's nobody over there.
I'm seeing a young man.
Yeah, yes, I might. Yeah.
So we got all the seers this side of the room.
And I can see like a headdress, so this is like a chief or something like that. That's what Leanne's looking like to me.
Yes, I'm quite intrigued whether anyone noticed that. I mean, she's got long hair, but does anyone notice she's got like a cloak wrapped over her head, so that part of her hair is, and it's really quite distinct.
And with Leanne, she also had a little girl.
I mean, you can see it more at the top and at the ear level. You can see the head covering, and then it sort of tends to fade away. But it's quite distinct to me, and I'm not seeing it subjectively. My eyes are seeing it objectively.
It's also the way how her head was sitting. It just seemed, to me, it just came across as chief, like in control, a ruler sort of thing.
Are you aware of sensations around your face? Sorry?
No, but I can, I'm seeing like snippets of, I suppose, clairvoyance or visions. And I'm getting, I got, children, and I got, there's a woman. There's a woman.
Yeah. Your face was changing to a woman, and then it was a young girl. Yeah.
And at the start, there was like, it was bizarre. There was like, I felt like there was energy here, and then sort of unexpectedly, it just sort of shot up really quick to the side of me. I just felt like this big rush upwards, which was different.
Okay, what about you over here?
No, pressure around my head. And
Sorry?
Pressure around my head and a voice and.
Can you hear what?
It's
It's just me then. It's only me that can't hear.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
And I think what is. But popping. And then.
So I'm both of you also noticing a sensation that goes below your throat in the chest area, just this feeling of energy around you.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll let you relax again now. Just again, you take a slow, deep breath. And you release and you let it go. And you invite your spirit helper there, guide to step back now. Just move away as you take that nice, slow, deep breath. And relax. Relax. Is there anyone else who would like to have a go? Would you?
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Who else? Oh,
I'm a bit nervous.
over there, Anne? Are you wanting to have a go?
No, not especially, but.
Thank you. Right, I sit here, Anne, or do you want to sit here? You okay? You're all right?
Okay, so again, what you're trying to do is invite your spirit guide to take the opportunity to just come in close, say hello, invite them to see, take this opportunity to see if they can show themselves in some way. Again, it's an experiment, and we don't know whether they're able to do this or not able to do this right now, but we're giving them an opportunity. It's gone to your sleep, probably.
He's asleep. Aaron's got a beard and.
Yes, I'm glad you said it differently.
Yeah, it's got a beard.
It's a definite beard, and there's a moustache there.
Yeah, it is too.
Absolutely. Yeah, almost an Asian.
Can you see it?
I feel that, it's an indigenous
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Their skin.
Skin's dark.
Yeah, it is.
It's a wise man.
And the fingers, hairs growing on the fingers.
Yeah.
Quite hairy.
Wow. It's male. He's male.
Now, if you, in particular, obviously Karen's a good subject for this, because we're really building, if you're looking from the side, and you might be able to see the city, we've got like a double image. Can you see? Like the outline outside the face is also like a shimmering. Just sort of, yeah, it's just vaguely. It's only vague, yeah, it's subtle, but you can see it.
What seems to be a feature is the dark eyes.
Yes.
It's very deep set eyes and very dark.
Yes.
I wouldn't say piercing, but determined.
Strong face, isn't it? Very strong, solid.
Nice figure.
Interesting, face. Very interesting.
Merciful.
Very strong.
Very, yeah.
And they'd love to speak, wouldn't they, Karen? This one's good. And you notice that in that overshadowing, in this inspirational stage of trance, that they're able, often, as much as anything else, apart from movement of the face muscles, often that first control comes with the movement of the arms or the hands. And so you will often see, what you're seeing there, where you get this movement in the hands and the others. As they build the energy and control over working with and connecting the mind of the medium. Okay, so allowing that to relax again, allowing it to just relax and communicate. You wish to speak? She'll speak at the very end too. Taking a nice slow deep breath then, so that you get control over it. Now, friend, I think you're going to have to say at least one word, aren't you, to
Tears. Tears. Joy.
thank you. Thank you, friend. And allow yourself to just relax. To begin to breathe peacefully and relax. And just letting that guide. Know that's been successful. And step back. And step back. And step back. And are you opening your eyes?
Oh, no, no.
Did you feel anything over your face?
No.
Yes.
No, I didn't really feel that.
You didn't feel anything. Did anyone see anything? We didn't see anything with Anne. Okay, now that may be because Anne's not in the mood. Or her guide hasn't yet got the level of control that they can come in that to do this particular kind of manifestation. So it's important to know not everyone is naturally able to, but it's all possible for most people to get some evidence of spirits setting in. And you clearly were having a great time there with your guide.
Oh,
And you could feel it.
I could feel it. It came in on my shoulders. It was like this huge weight. It's enormously heavy. And it seemed to penetrate down to my fingers and all of it, and I had no control whatsoever on my hands.
No.
None. None at all.
I understand that one often when I go to trance this hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And all I wanted to do was cry. And that I could feel the tears welling up.
And
And
yet
then,
it's not really crying out of sadness.
no, I think it was crying from relief.
Yes.
Yeah, it felt like a relief mechanism that those tears had to flow. And then the word could come.
Yes.
Yeah.
And were you aware of the guide that was trying to come in and show themselves? I mean, we could see.
I think so.
A male with a moustache, with a beard.
Was he
with deep set
Chinese?
eyes.
Was he Chinese looking?
Yeah,
Would you say?
Chinese, Indian, tall, broad shouldered.
Asian, certainly, but
I feel he was sort of Asian Chinese, with a little,
and
like
because
a-
it wasn't like a full beard, it's like that classic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I thought.
Okay, well done then, and thank you.
Right, wow.
We've, I
That's a bit
think,
overwhelmed.
We've run out of time, huh?
run out of time.
You know what I noticed when you were doing the trance, what I noticed, you didn't have any issues with your throat when you were in the trance.
No, that's
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't sound like you at all.
Wish we could if they could do that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something different. Not something we do every day at the mission. I wish we'd had time to do another couple of people because it's an interesting experience sitting here against that clock. Because you may not be able to see, what's happening in front of you or over your face, but you get the sensations from me that something is going on. while others are seeing what's happening. Some of you were really quite strong at being able to bring the spirit in and get there, and your spirit guide was obviously able to get some visual happening. Others, it was, I think, a slower process, but you know, sometimes that's because we hold it back rather than spirit hesitant. Can you imagine in the old days where, you know, holding circles where we did things like that was commonplace?
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yes, you feel like bring it back because I mean, I grew 60 years involvement in spiritualism. I sat in a lot of circles and seances where, you know, we developed trance and transfiguration, and a very different level of mediumship and work to public platform mediumship. But it's very good training because when the thing I notice that's important, when you've done a lot of trance work and you then go into public mental mediumship work, you are much more able to connect to the person in spirit and to allow the person in spirit to really come in close enough that they're able to give their personality. Then, whereas if you haven't got that training, you get the information, you get pieces of information, but not so much the person. Anyway, I'll stop rabbiting now.
No,
Your turn, you're Jamie.
okay, I'm chairing it. Okay,
We're done.
you done? Okay. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
It's time to collect some money now.
Oh, yes. Collect money from people. Well, doing that.
I think that was great. You said it's so different to deliver what we said, which is to show people how it used to be when people like, imagine Hilda Taylor standing up on a Sunday, sitting up there on a Sunday meeting in trance, doing the messages and the talk. Yeah.
Thank you.
And let's put a blessing on it. Great Spirit, we ask that those who've given us this money and stay are blessed. We ask that you pass that blessing on to this money so the charity that receives it uses it in the wisest way to help the most people it can. Amen. Yes, it's lovely to have done something like that. Next week, we're actually going to look at a film that actually shows you a bit about chance, and it's called Something's Happening, but we don't know what it is. It basically debunks science attempts to deny that this is real. It will show you a wide range of options. Even in my memory of this film, it even has a section on the testing of Van Gaiman and other mediums that was done by Gary Schwartz, in America. So you'll actually see the lady who came to us in 2006, 2007, Van Gaiman, as being one of those mediums being tested. So it has a lot of stuff about that. And it's part of this thing, just reminding you that we do have enough proof to say this is real. So when somebody, you can watch that film and learn a lot. But you can also then use it when somebody says to you, as David Bevan said to me at the start of the radio program, you're just another bodgy psychic. You can actually it gives you enough to show and to argue back that, hang on, you're wrong because of this. We don't do psychic, we do mediumship. It took me a long time to get the principles of our philosophy over, whereas the Quakers were allowed to say it to moment one on that program, but no, I had to battle my way back with him to be able to say it. And you will always do that. Now, You may never say you're a spiritist or you're a medium. Actually, people know I always do. Everywhere I've worked, people know that's what I do. So sitting on the board table, they know they've got a person who is a leader of a spiritist mission and is a medium, which is, and it doesn't bat an eye. They don't seem to bat an eyelid at the end because I'm very good at what I do, luckily. So they don't want to get rid of me because they're coming, but they get used to it. In fact, Spring Gully, managing director, called me the occult accountant because he could never understand how I produced the numbers he saw. So yes, you can actually dream numbers, you see. So yes, it's a good film to come and watch. So that's what we've got next week, and then we can have a discussion afterwards. How do you, if you run into a total skeptic, how do you deal with them? Short of taking them out the back of the head.
That's just a skeptic. It's how do we even to ourselves explain what it is we do and how we do it, because even when we do it as mediums, we still question how am I doing that? What is actually happening? And 60 years, and I'm still saying, can I check you out? Are you real?
Yeah.
I'm a slow believer.
It's a well-produced film too. It's an enjoyable film to watch. It's got lightheartedness about it. So
let's move on to the week beyond.
The week beyond that is the psychic circle, where we're going to do all sorts of things and go back in time too, and hopefully maybe see a bit of table tipping and a bit of other things. The week after that is, of course, the meddling mediums. So a lot of our mediums are going to be working from 2:30 to 4, bringing you messages.
Yes, which means if you come, you might get 5 messages, you might get 6.
We're not putting this restriction of you shouldn't go to a medium, somebody in the audience, because they've had a message. Because you're going to have so many messages, there'll probably be you might get a hat.
Oh, there's going to be one who won't get any messages at all.
They'll be really upset.
Yeah.
And of course, the week after that is the healing circle, the healing meditation, actual healing, and then maybe some healing messages afterwards. So remember that there is no healing class this week or next week because Louise has gone on holiday to Christmas.
Wherever she's gone, she's well entitled to that
She
holiday.
deserves that holiday.
It's a hard-working woman.
On Tuesday, Liz is running a daytime group. Yeah, so
Between
10:30 to 12:30.
12:30.
The $10, and it will be focusing on one of the particular aspects of the skills you have. So it's well worth coming along to, and I think that's all I need to further on about.
I think so.
We are doing tea.
Yes,
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
got
stay and have
coffee if you
stay and have
want.
tea, coffee, and socialise afterwards.
Bit of cake.
Thank you all for coming today. I'll close in prayer. Great Spirit, we thank all of those in the spirit world who came here and stepped into this room today to be with us, to give the energy, to allow us to experience this wonderful experiment, this wonderful chance to be communicated with by Spirit. We thank all of those who came. We thank the love of the Great Spirit, universal energy that provides us what we need to conduct this work. Give thanks for the healing we receive and the healing we send. In fact, we know we can use this to be of service to others. Amen. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
That was right. Yeah, really good.
Let's do it next.
Let's do it next.
We're going to shut that down now.
Yeah.
Marie said we should do this again next
Let's
week.
do this next week.
Yeah, it is. I find it amazing.
I've seen it a few times before, and the best part is watching.
Yeah, the best part.
Because you can actually
Yeah,
see.
because you can, and if you get a good build up of energy, you can have somebody sitting here and they can have 3, 4, 5.
Monty, come here. Monty.
Faces coming across the two, which can be real good fun.
But I found it amazing